And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
On the Mike Calta Show, it's 102.5 The Bone, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. We're going to give some stuff away here in a couple of minutes, so get on the phone lines. A couple of things I want to talk about. Tampa Bay lost a radio legend over the weekend. Fez Whatley passed away. Fez was, of course, from the Ron and Ron Show, and then subsequently on the Ron and Fez Show, which aired through Sirius satellite radio for some years. And then Fezzy left. He had a heart attack, and then I believe in the recent times he's had some more heart issues. I don't know if he had another heart attack or not. That was the rumor. And then sadly his heart gave out over the weekend and he passed away. I always make reference to the Ron and Ron Show and how those guys were, one of my inspirations to get in radio, and Fez was one of the nicest, sweetest, most creative guys I'd ever met, and sadly he passed away this weekend, so I wanted to give him some love.
Yeah, he was always so funny on there. Yeah, they were a big influence on me as well. I used to tape their show because I would work at the nightclub, and then in the morning I would just put a tape in and tape their show so I could listen to it in the afternoon, and they were great, and I never knew whether he was real, whether he was a character. I didn't know what was going on, but he was hilarious.
I used to think Bennington was doing his voice. I used to think Bennington was a character.
Could be, yeah.
I was like, I can't figure this out, but I think that guy is that guy. And then Fez played a ambiguously gay character on the radio, so he used to always just make him. In fact, they had a whole thing for a while called "Does That Make Me Gay?" Like, if I do this, would that make me gay? And then it turned out Fez was actually gay. And then I know when he moved back down here, Hoppy ran into him at the Pride Parade. I invited Fez to come on the show several times. Once he left radio, he had no interest in doing anything. And condolences to Ronnie Bennington, who, when I had him on the podcast, said that he didn't have really any friends. He didn't, Ron didn't have any friends, didn't have any, at his age, didn't want to meet any more people, didn't want any more friends. And I asked him who his best friend was, and he said his best friend was Fez and has been for all these years. So condolences to the Bennington family as well. And our friend Andrew Alderman, who is a longtime listener and contributor to this show, and he is cousins, I believe, with Fezzy. So
no, it's his uncle.
His uncle, I'm sorry. But yeah, what a sweet guy, and real sad for Tampa radio. I have to tell you, that was like the worst 24 hours. I knew 5 people who had died in 24 hours.
I felt the same way. Like, my whole timeline the last couple of days was like being filled up with people that are passing.
There was a lovely girl who I met her and her husband at a gig years ago, and we're all Facebook friends, and she had cancer, and she beat it and was doing good, and then died unexpectedly over the weekend. That was terrible to find out about. Then there was Fez. Then there was a guy who worked here at the radio station for a little while who I didn't know very well, but I saw a bunch of people post on their social media that he passed away, and I think he passed away from COVID. Mm-hmm. He was in the hospital for a while. I knew that, and he ended up dying. And then our own Tom the Tree Man, his son-in-law, who came out and worked with us on Saturday night at the Gator Club, died later on that night.
No, what? He did not.
Oh, you don't know this story about this? Oh, awful. It's an awful...
What?
Yeah, it was an awful situation, but he worked with us that night at the Gator Club, left, and died later on that night.
Are you serious? No, I didn't know this at all.
Yeah, they had an incident. He had some issues and they had some problems, but it's just, the whole thing is just entirely... Like, I woke up on Sunday and I was like, what the hell is going on?